Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I remember it like it was yesterday, mostly because my calculus exam still haunts me. I'm Mohammed, a college student, and I was deep in the throes of finals week, desperate for a quiet corner to absorb polynomial functions. The community library was my sanctuary. I'd found a semi-private study carrel, set up my laptop, and spread out my textbooks, wearing nothing more official than a light blue polo shirt and a pair of khaki pants. My standard, I'm trying to look presentable but also comfortable study attire. I was just getting into a complex proof when a woman, I'll call her Summer, abruptly appeared at the entrance of my carrel. She looked harried, clutching a large tote bag, and her eyes scanned me with an intensity that immediately put me on edge. Without a preamble, she demanded, "You're Mohammed, the study facilitator, right? My appointment for a private study slot for my son was for 2:30. Is this the room?" I blinked, utterly bewildered. "Excuse me, I think you've made a mistake. I don't work here. I'm just a student studying for my exam." I gestured vaguely at the calculus textbook open beside me, hoping the visual cue would clarify things. Summer narrowed her eyes, completely unfazed. "Oh, don't be ridiculous. Of course you work here. My confirmation email clearly stated Mohammed, study facilitator, and this is the community library. And you're sitting right in the designated quiet spot. Are you denying I have a slot?" Her voice was already rising, attracting the attention of a few other patrons nearby. "No, I'm denying that I am anyone who can help you with a slot," I tried to explain calmly, though my heart was starting to pound with frustration. "My name is Mohammed, but I'm not a study facilitator. I'm just using an open carrel, like any other library patron. You must have the wrong person, or perhaps the wrong part of the building for whatever service you're looking for." She threw her hands up. "This is preposterous. I confirmed this morning. My son needs his dedicated focus time, and you're being incredibly unhelpful. Is this how you treat paying clients? I specifically booked this quiet space to ensure no distractions." She was practically shouting now, and the quiet hum of the library was punctuated by her indignant tones. "Lady," I said, trying to keep my voice low but firm, "I am not an employee. I'm literally here to study for my calculus exam. Look," I tapped the textbook emphatically, "I'm just a kid trying to pass my class." "I don't care about your calculus exam," she snapped, completely ignoring my textbook. "I care about my son's academic future. Where's your manager? I want to report you for unprofessional conduct and for refusing me my pre-booked service." Just then, Layla, one of the actual librarians who had clearly heard the commotion, walked over. Her expression was a mix of concern and practiced patience. "Is everything all right here, ma'am? Mohammed?" she asked, her voice calm and soothing. Summer immediately turned her ire to Layla. "Finally, a real employee. This young man here, Mohammed, is refusing to help me find my son's reserved study spot and is being incredibly rude and uncooperative." Layla glanced at me, a slight sympathetic smile on her face, then turned back to Summer. "Ma'am, Mohammed is one of our most frequent patrons. He doesn't work here. If you have a reservation for a study room or a program, you'll need to check in at the main circulation desk, just past the entrance. That's where our program coordinators usually are." Summer looked between me and Layla, then slowly around the library, finally taking in the rows of bookshelves and the large, quiet zone signs that were impossible to miss. Her furious expression gradually morphed into a huff of grudging realization. "But the email said quiet study nooks available, and this young man, this is a library," she mumbled, as if only now connecting the dots. Layla nodded patiently. "Yes, ma'am. For private tutoring or specific program registrations, you need to speak with the program coordinator. They're at the front desk." Summer let out an exasperated sigh, grabbed her tote bag, and gave me one last, withering glare. "Well, this is an absolute waste of my time. You should make it clearer who works here," she muttered, walking off towards the front desk, still managing to imply that my very existence, sitting there in a polo shirt, was somehow a personal offense. I swear, some people just refuse to believe you're not an employee, even when you're literally surrounded by textbooks. All I wanted was to pass calculus, not become an unwitting study facilitator.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.